In May 2026, Mark Zuckerberg sent a memo to 78,000 employees. 8,000 of them found out they no longer had a job. That same quarter, Meta posted $26 billion in profit. This is the story Wall Street won't tell you. Let's start with the math. Q1 2026. Meta pulled in $56.3 billion in revenue. That's a 33% jump year over year. Net income? $26 billion in a single quarter. And yet, 8,000 employees were told their jobs were gone. Here's the twist. The layoffs save roughly $3 billion. Meta is spending $145 billion on AI this year alone. $3 billion versus $145 billion. The workers weren't cut to save money. They were cut to make a statement. Zuckerberg's memo was carefully worded. Success isn't a given, he wrote. AI is the most consequential technology of our lifetimes. The companies that lead this way will define the next generation. He thanked the workers leaving, then kept writing about the future. But it was Meta's CFO, Susan Li, who said the quiet part out loud during an earnings call. We believe a leaner operating model will allow us to move more quickly, while also helping to offset the substantial investments we are making. 8,000 jobs, framed as a line item in a capital expenditure plan. And here's what the 70,000 who survived still don't fully understand. Meta has deployed software called the Model Capability Initiative, a tracking tool installed on their work computers. Every click, every keystroke, every mouse movement being recorded. Not to watch employees for HR reasons, to train AI models to do their jobs. Meta employees called it dystopian in leaked internal messages. Workers filed a petition urging Zuckerberg to shut it down, writing, "It should not be the norm that companies are permitted to exploit their employees by non-consensually extracting their data for AI training." Meta kept the program running. While the layoffs were happening, a New Mexico jury was delivering a verdict. Meta was found liable for endangering children, willfully violating the state's consumer protection laws by allowing predators access to minors on Instagram and Facebook. The penalty? $375 million. New Mexico isn't done. The state is now seeking $3.7 billion more in damages and wants Meta's platforms redesigned. Age verification, algorithm changes, the works. Meta's internal documents showed executives received warnings about child safety risks. They chose profits instead. Meanwhile, Big Tech poured $20 million into federal lobbying in Q1 2026 after losing in court. None of this is new. In 2022, Zuckerberg called it the year of efficiency. He fired 11,000 people. He promised it was a one-time reset. In 2023, more cuts. In 2024, more cuts. In 2025, more cuts. Since 2022, Meta has eliminated more than 30,000 jobs. Meanwhile, Meta's average revenue per employee has risen 85% over 3 years. The efficiency they're talking about? That's not operational efficiency. That's human extraction. Take more, pay less, automate the rest. The employees who remain are now watching their own keystrokes fed into the machine that will eventually replace them, too. So here's where we are. Q1 2026. Meta makes $26 billion in 3 months, fires 8,000 workers, spends $145 billion on AI, gets sued for $3.7 billion for harming children, spies on its own employees to build AI that will take their jobs next, and Zuckerberg goes to a shareholder meeting last week and casually mentions they might start a cloud computing business with the excess AI infrastructure. Wall Street loved it. The stock held. Nobody went to jail. Nobody resigned. No one was held accountable. And this Friday, when 8,000 people wake up without a job, the algorithm that replaced them will still be running. This is what the tech exploit exists to expose. The stories the quarterly earnings reports don't tell. If you want to know what big tech is actually doing, while they're telling you something else, subscribe to this channel. New exposés every Monday and Thursday. We'll be here.